I'm a donut nut, I'm a donut nut, I'm a nut for Krispy Kreme.
Time. Al worked overtime to get ready for the game. He needs the deodorant that works overtime.
There's 1, 2, 3 ways to win in the new ball game.
An entertainer's life captured in snapshots and on-screen images. Actor Richie Allan from Massapequa shares his memories of his career.
I got my start in show business as a singer in the Catskill Mountains. When I was a kid, my dad was a construction worker, and he'd have a couple of weeks off, and we'd go up to a small hotel, you know. They ranged from little boarding houses to the big hotels like Grossingers and the Concord. And lots of people got their start in the business there. And when I was a little boy, I went up for 2 weeks, and I really fell in love with the Catskills. I fell in love with the country, of course. We were originally from the Bronx, you know, it was all concrete. All these places, the smallest to the largest, brought in entertainment. And that's when I said, wow, I'd love to do this, you know, to entertain like that.
Hotels like Grossingers offered great opportunities for aspiring performers like Eddie Fisher, who got his start there. Richie Allan decided that was the route he wanted to go, and he started performing at some of the smaller hotels and worked his way up.
Finally, I landed the job with Eddie Ashman's orchestra. The same job that Eddie Fisher got, you know. Eddie Fisher would come up every once in a while, you know, as did all the stars. And here he did a duet with me. And I'll never forget the song. She walks like an angel walks and talks like an angel talks. And we did a duet on that. We had to be in the service, you know, we'd be drafted. So I enlisted in the Marines. Because I was a crazy little guy. But they found out I could sing, and they used me every once in a while. This is the Copacabana. I got a job at the Copa Lounge Trio. I was a singer there. And at the same time, I was a teacher. At night, I would go down to the Copa, and I'd get home 4 o'clock in the morning and get up and try to be a gym teacher. But I couldn't pass it up. I started trying out for commercials and what they call print work, like stuff like that, magazine articles, you know. And I was a character guy. I am not your leading man type. I never got the girl in anything I've ever done. So I said, okay, I'm going to be very versatile. I'll be a tough guy. I'll be a nice tough guy. I'll be a blue collar guy. I'll be funny. I could do drama too. So, you know, when I went to acting school after that, Circle in the Square School, Actor Studio I became part of, and that was a nice thing. And the print work and the commercials didn't, you know, fly into me. You had to audition for every single thing you went up for, but I made it my business to go downtown every single day, and I had a notebook, and I made lines going down the middle, so I had little squares, and I put every agent and every casting director and every street and every side street. So I do a couple a day. And this is what I had to do. You know, it took me a year of doing this to get my first good commercial. And I'll never forget it. Some announcer asks you a question, different people. All right, he stops a cab driver, that's me. What's the hottest city in the country? And so in my best New York, I said, hottest city in the country? New York is the hottest city in the world. I nailed it. I did it 3 different ways, and I got that, my first network commercial. My wife was very happy because I was about to quit and go back to teaching, you know, whatever I could do there. And so then, I can't say it was landslide after that, but I started getting more and more, and I became a good commercial actor.
It's 1:45. What would I do without you? When a guy's hungry for flavor to top off his favorite foods, you come through.
French's bold and spicy deli mustard for the rich, robust flavor you've been waiting for.
The windows are locked up, the door's tight. Well, whatever gets you through your night. What would we do without you?
It's not just mustard, it's French's.
What would we do without you?
Eventually, Richie Allan would segue from commercials to TV and movies. Following his acting dreams took him out to California frequently, where he did land a few interesting roles.
I got 3 pilots out in California, and I did a number of shows. But this China Beach, they gave me 2 shots on it. You know the supply sergeant on MASH, Klinger? Yeah, right, Klinger. They wanted a Klinger for China Beach. I got it. They did 2 programs with me as sergeant and closed the show. It happened 3 times in California. Closed the show. Head of the class, closed the show right after I got the part. That's how close you get. With the bananas held in front of you.
Allan says being an actor has been a challenging career, and he advises anyone that wants to go into it that it has to be something that they really love.
You got to be in it. You got to be in it. You want to be an actor, you got to act. Forget the money. You got to do it to love, okay? Because of love. You're a dancer, you got to dance every single day. You want to be a ball player? Hit every day. Phew. Batting tee, right? Ground balls, every day. Before every game. Acting is no different. Forget the money. You're not going to get rich. Very few get rich. I'm not rich. Thank God I made a living at times. I had to do other things to sustain myself while staying in acting. They were the bad times,
But there were good times too. In 2008, Richie Allan shared the screen with Eddie Murphy in Meet Dave.
So I got this gig as a homeless guy. I went up against real homeless guys to get this part. I swear to God, I know how to be a homeless guy. I still have my old woolen hat. They brought me to the place where this alcove and made up like a homeless place, a cardboard and all that stuff. So I'm sitting there. All right, now what? So there's a white limo right parked by the curb. All right. And Eddie Murphy's sitting in it. I didn't even know he was there. Murphy pulls the window down, and I said, well, there he is, And he's talking to him, he points to me, and he looks at me like that. Fine, okay. When are we going to rehearse? When are we going to rehearse this thing, I don't know what's going on yet, Am I just going to sit here? Well, I have to hear what he sounds like, Then he leaves. The director, he says, okay, all quiet on the set. Ready, take 1. I said, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm sitting here, where is it? And he motions Murphy out. Murphy walks out of the camera focus, the lens, and he's over here. So I said, what am I doing? Okay, he's going to start this thing. This is not a rehearsal. Okay, I'm sleeping. I think I'm sleeping. So I'm sleeping. So I put my head down against the glass, and I'm waiting for directions. And the director says, action 1. Now I know action 2. And Murphy, my eyes are closed. I don't know what's going on yet. And then he says his first line. I think it was, beg your pardon, would you mind if I said it in this crazy voice? And then I open my eyes. And, yeah. That wasn't even the right thing to say, because would I mind if he sat down? And I look at him, and I say, you ain't crazy, are you? And the last guy said it was nuts or something like that. Was, no, I thought it was from another planet. And he says, oh, really? What planet? But that was my thing with Eddie Murphy. 1 take, and they kept it. If you're not a star, if you don't have a name, you get cut out in the editing room and stuff like that. Like this movie I did out in California. Oh, I got this part as a jury foreman. All right, Murder in the First. Okay, with Christian Slater and a few other stars. I had this beautiful speech, and it starts with me and the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, blah, blah, da, 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 da. And as soon as I start getting serious, I wasn't reading the thing anymore. Bing, Christian Slater, any other guy. Yeah. My voice is still on it, but that was my big speech, So the editing room, they have to do the stars, It's happened to me a lot of times.
But Richie Allan would eventually become that star and writer of his very first short film, Nux.
They say, write what you know about. And when I was a kid in the Bronx, we used to play this game of Nux, all right? And I had that idea of, all right, kids playing Nux, but what if old guys played it? And what reason would they have to play it? And who would believe it anyway? So I wrote the script for Nux, changed it a million times, but I said, let me start out with a short film.
His film won the Best Short Feature Audience Choice Award at the Cinema City International Film Expo, Allan says he's writing other films as well, and the best may be yet to come.
I have 2 completed film scripts, full-length film scripts. What I wanted to do was make some noise with Nux. It did. Do a complete script on Nux. I'm working on it now.
And the show goes on. In Massapequa, Chris Collora reporting.